Hi everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today we are talking about this hot topic. um, can you be a family member in your au pair family? The reason this is kind of a hot topic is because so many people have a different opinion about this. Usually it goes like this. The girls or the guys who have an amazing relationship with their host family, they say, yes, of course, you can be a family member. And then the ones who have like more a professional relationship, or they don't have a good relationship with their host family, or maybe they didn't even finish their au pair time and they left, they usually say, well, I don't believe in this. Now, I don't think it is one or the other. The world is not black and white. So therefore, I'm going to talk about this topic a little bit more today. So first of all, if you haven't departed on your au pair journey and you are just getting ready, you're just preparing for everything, I would say to you, just don't arrive with this expectation of being a family member. Why? Because one, if you don't have such big expectations, that you can't have a massive letdown either. And two, just arriving and getting to know the family is much better than arriving with a big set of expectations. So this is basically my first tip, my first piece of advice. Yeah, don't arrive with the expectation of being a family member, but arrive with the intention of creating a great relationship with the family. So just arrive with an open mind, just arrive wanting to get to know them better, and that is a really, really great start to become a family member in the future. Now, I think another reason why this is such a hot topic and the opinions go very far apart is also because one thing that a lot of people don't realize is what a family member actually is different for everyone. Everyone has a different definition of what a family member is. So in one family, the family members, the ones that are not living together, might only meet every couple of months. Then in another family, they might meet every week or every day or call each other all the time or not. So what a family member is and how the family members interact with each other is very different from family to family. So you have to ask yourself, what is my definition of a family, of being a family member? What do I want in my host family? And these are the kind of things that you should think about before you go on your au pair journey. This is really the thought process that you should have before you go into an interview, because if you know what your definition is and if you know what you're looking for, then it's much easier to determine and to see when you talk to the family, is it them? Is this a good match for me? Do they have what I'm looking for? And then the other thing that is very often forgotten, at least it seems like that to me, is that this is a two-way street. What do I mean by that? It means that if you want to be a family member, it is not just the family who needs to include you, you have to act like a family member too. So you cannot expect that the family is making all of those offers to you and they're including you in everything, but then you do nothing for them, you decline their offers. I have an example for you. I recently spoke to my previous host mom about this topic, and she had a very interesting example. So, I was just gonna say once upon a time. I'm not telling you a story, but this is really what happened. She told me one of her au pairs, when she arrived, and also a couple of months into her arrival, they, the family, they always try to include her in everything. So basically they ask her, do you want to join us for this and this weekend? Do you want to join us for that? And she always declined. And so months go by, and eventually, I mean, that's just very common. Eventually my host mom didn't ask her anymore because she always said no. And it came Christmas time, and they went to a Christmas party. I mean, my host family went to a Christmas party, and as I came back, the au pair said, "Oh man, I really would have loved to come to that Christmas party. Why didn't you invite me?" And my host mom was like, "Well, I mean, you always declined every other offer, so I didn't think you wanted to join." So what I'm not saying is that if you want to be a family member, you have to spend every weekend with a family, you have to be included in everything. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, you need some time to yourself too. That is completely normal, but communication is a very, very important part here. So if the family asks you, would you like to join us for this and this, and you want to say no because you want to do something else, or you just want to relax, it doesn't really matter, you need to communicate that this is not a no in general. So a good way to communicate is just to say, "Thank you so much for thinking of me. Thank you so much for inviting me. But this weekend I have plans and I want to do this and this. Or this weekend I just want to relax. But that doesn't mean that I generally don't want to join you. So the next time you do something, I would be really, really happy if you would ask me again. And yeah, then we'll just see if I come along or not." But if you bring across that you are very interested in spending time with them, but there are occasions where you also want to do your own thing, then they know you want to be included, but you don't want to be included all the time. So it's very important to, when you get invited, that you don't just say no, and that's your sentence. You need to communicate a little bit more than no. And then also I would like to tell you a little bit about my journey with my host family and being a family member. So when I first went to America to be an au pair, I had my ups and downs with my host family. It was not always easy. And I it just was a bit of a journey. And to be honest, in the beginning, I didn't think that I would be something like a family member in that family, if that makes sense. But over time, it just came. So basically, it was like this. I did my au pair year with them, and we had our ups and downs, but I stayed in touch with them after the au pair year, and then I came to visit a couple of years later, and then I visited them recently. And I must tell you, over time, just as we stayed in touch and as we started to communicate better and better, because when I first started out to be an au pair, I was a bit shy, and my English was not at the level where it is now. So it just took me a bit of time to open up and to be a better communicator. And so now, over time, we just talk about everything. And so now I really feel like a family member, and I'm treated like a family member, and I know I can go and visit them anytime. So the reason I'm telling you the story is just to show you that life is a journey, and things just happen over time. Relationships build over time. Relationships are not built in a heartbeat. I mean, sometimes they are, but I mean, usually relationships build over time. Trust comes over time. And the better communicator you are, the better it is for your relationship. So that's just something I wanted to throw in here at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have your own opinion about this topic, please let me know in the comments. I'm quite curious what you think about this topic. And I have a new video for you every week, so subscribe if you would like to see more videos. and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.